why guys, what I'm trying to say, these things, these are all very basic level, but no one will teach you next. Okay, so maybe you go to any technologies, but these things, these basic points, you may not get outside. Okay, that's the point I'm trying to get. Guys, whenever you insert a new hard disk, you are inserting a new hard disk, fresh hard disk into your machine, either it is laptop or desktop. It will ask you initialize the disk. You have to first initialize the disk as MBR or GPT. You have to initialize the disk as MBR or a GPT. What is this MBR or a GPT? It is a record. It is a record or a table on your hard disk. Whether it is MBR or GPT, it is a record or a table on your hard disk. It is start of your hard disk only. It is MBR type or it is a record or a table on your hard disk. What is this table contains? The table contains partition information. What did it contains? Partition information. So how many partitions you have done? How many primary partitions are there? Okay, already how many primary partitions you have created? The partition sizes based on the sectors, right? Size of the partitions. Size of the partition, unallocated partition, unused partitions, operating system location partition. Entire this information stored in this record. That record we call it as MBR or a GPT. Okay, MBR type of record or it is a GPT record. Okay, so this we call it as a partition styles. These are nothing but a partition styles. Which partition can be style? When we insert disk, means hard disk. When you are insert a hard disk, just SSDs we don't discuss now. So one way only. So we'll discuss. When we insert a hard disk at disk management, we have to initialize as MBR or GPT. Initialize a MBR or a GPT. So what is MBR GPT? Is a partition styles. MBR or a GPT record created in the hard disk at start of first sector of hard disk. Okay. It contains information about partitions, their sizes, primary partitions, extended partitions, number of partitions, OS partition, bootloader information, etc., etc. I'm not audible. Can you able to hear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is simple thing about a MBR and GPT. Not completed. So this is a small picture. When you see, whenever you insert a hard disk, you have to initialize the disk as MBR or a GPT. It is not even a visible part. Okay. For me, it is not visible. You will adjust with that one. Middle one is focused. Like I inserted a new hard disk, it will ask you the partition style as per MBR or GPT. If you select as MBR, then what happen? If you select GPT, what will happen? Right? What is MBR? Master boot record. The name is master boot record. Why it is called that one? Because of it contains a bootable loader. So bootloader will be stored in this MBR recorder. Okay. So where is the boot disk? That is also will tell about from MBR record. Same goes for GPT, but GPT name is different. Like GPT GUID partition table. So table or record, no difference. PAD partition. Okay. Just I want to draw insert table. Guys, this is an hard disk. Okay. This is an hard disk. This is initialized as a MBR. Think like this. Now I'm creating a partition. So I'm going with a recent type of creating partition because earlier days you can tell what type of partition is a primary or extended or logical drive. Like that you have to tell. Now it is not like that. So in general, if we are creating a partition, once you created a three partitions, once we created a three partition from fourth partition onwards, it is a part of logical drive. Okay. We created a three partitions. The first partition is automatically a primary partition. Second is primary. Third one is primary. Earlier days, we can create a four primary partitions. Now it is not. Now it is not. We cannot create a four primary. Once three primary completed, when you create a fourth primary, when you are creating a fourth primary, automatically it create as a logical drive inside your extended volume. This is, can you see? This is the transparent. Okay. So this is called a extended. That is primary partition. This entire remaining, when you create a fourth one, the entire remaining become a extended partition. The what is happened to the fourth one? It is become a logical drive in your extended partition. It is a logical drive in a extended partition. Okay. So whenever you create another partition, so you want to create a fourth partition, fifth partition kind of stuff, you create what is happening. Okay, so the remaining become a logical drives only inside your extended partition. So this is MBR type. Okay, so general it is four primary partitions or three primary, one extended partition. So four primary partitions you can create it. Once you completed four primary partitions, you cannot do anything. No choice. No choice. So we can create a three primary. When you creating a fourth one, automatically it become an extended. In the extended, you can create a logical drives. Not logical partitions, we have to tell logical drives. Logical drives it is. Okay. Number of logical drives means not one. So you can create a multiple logical drives. We can able to create it. Okay. Each partition size. Partition size maximum 2 terabyte. Up to 2 terabyte of single partition size. 2 terabyte of single partition we can able to create. Coming to the GPT guys. GPT is very simple. GPT. GPT is very simple because of you can create a 128 primary partitions, 128 primary partitions. No need of extended logical kind of stuff. You can create a 128 primary partitions. So how many primary? 128 primary partitions. Actually, there are not primary partitions. Okay, just partitions only. So no extended and no logical drives. Not logical partitions, logical drives. Okay, partition size. Support is more than 2 terabyte of partition we can create it. Up to 2 terabyte means less or more than 2 terabytes we can create it. As per certain textbooks, it is up to 18 EB terabytes. Okay, 18 EB. Certain Google search, certain textbooks may shows 9.2 ZB guys. I am telling 18 EB from Red Hat Enterprise Linux textbook. Okay, and Microsoft textbooks. From there I am telling. Okay. So this is MBR and GPT partitioning. So when you are insert a new hard disk, it will ask you initialize as MBR or as GPT. But there is a one flaw in it. What is the flaw? Is I will explain, guys. I don't type, but I will explain. What is the flaw in it? You take a fresh system, means no OS, nothing is there. It is the hard disk is fresh hard disk. Okay, it does not contain operating system, no partition, nothing. Fresh system. Now you have to install an operating system, right? You have to install OS. So by default, it has to be when you are installing operating system, means there is a partitions you have to create. To create a partitions, it should be initialized as a MBR and GPT. To initialize MBR and GPT, you have to go to disk management, but no OS, then what to do it? Okay, guys, remember when you are installing an operating system, what type of framework you are using? Are you using a BIOS? Means it is a MBR disk. Your framework, your motherboard on your ROM chip, it is you are using a BIOS chip, BIOS type of firmware, then it will initialize as a MBR by default. If you are using a UEFI instead of BIOS, you are using UEFI, and you are installing new operating system, installing a new kind of operating system, UEFI supported OS. Then it will initialize as a GPT automatically. Both are there. Operating system support is required and UEFI is required by default GPT kind of stuff. Okay. BIOS. So while installing operating system, okay, your framework is BIOS, it initializes the disk as MBR. Okay, if you are using UEFI and it is a new operating system, example Windows 8 or a Windows 10 or Linux, Enterprise Linux 7 or something like new type of operating system, it initializes as a GPT. Okay, that's the point I try to say. That is the point. Okay. Of course, for last batch I showed a practicals. Okay, and for your batch also, guys. Diskmgmt.msc. Okay, disk management. This is a tool to manage your disk. Of course, you can use command disk part also. You can use disk part also. Okay, in command prompt, run the command prompt as run as administrator, type disk management, type DASK part, PART. Okay, next, otherwise in the search or a run, disk management initial Diskmgmt.msc. So to initialize the disk, to make a disk as offline, online, you want to convert disk into basic to dynamic, dynamic to basic. You want to convert MBR to CPT kind of stuff, or you want to create a volume, you want to shrink the volume, you want to extend the volume. Okay, so you can use disk management also for creating write levels, just for information. This highlighted part we are trying to show you here. Okay guys, this is my disk management. I have already two hard disks are there. This is 500, this is 1 terabyte. Two hard disks are there. Enough, not enough space. What I have done, so it's a old system, right? So there is a CD-ROM. I removed the CD-ROM. I inserted a new hard disk inside. Okay, so I don't create a new hard disk. I am adding a already existing one single hard disk is there. So I will try to add that one. Batch 15 hard disk only it is. Okay. Just for a show practical guys. This is a 10 GB hard disk. It is already GPT type of hard disk. I'm converting into MBR type. Now it is a MBR type of hard disk. It is showing convert into GPT. Okay. There is a 2-3 ways to know whether it is GPT or MBR. So one way is just right click here. If it is showing convert into GPT means it is MBR disk. It is showing a convert into MBR means it is GPT disk. Another one is command line. In the command line, go to DISKPART and type list disk. There you can see it. Another one is PowerShell. PowerShell is also one of the powerful command line tool in a Windows system. Okay, you want to learn PowerShell also? There is a free learning sites also available. You can start learning. Mainly it is learning site. Direct Microsoft official learning site. Learn.microsoft.com. So just you want to learn something, go to training. So I already log in. It is showing my path. Full catalog. Here I type in PowerShell. You can easily do it, and also you can do practice, and you will get a free learning certificate. But you have to select it properly. Describe commands in the PowerShell. Introduction to PowerShell. 16 minutes to complete introduction to PowerShell. Discover commands in the PowerShell. Okay, write your first PowerShell code. Introduction to scripting in a PowerShell. Okay, automated administration start using PowerShell. Like that it is there. At least you go to the introduction to PowerShell. So you will understand what are the requirements, what you are going to learn. Okay, so knowledge check, summary. Once you have done all these things, complete knowledge check, summary, you will get a one small certificate also. Paths also available, so like this. This is automated administrative task by using PowerShell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you complete all these 6 things, you completed this topic. Otherwise, you can complete this one part also. Okay. Easy to learn, guys. Simple. Start. So then it will give you introduction. Read it. Once completed, go to continue. Read it. Read one by one. Installations and all. Then continue. So this is next is exercise. You can do exercise also, but don't skip like this. So don't put this. Okay. It is telling how to use the sandbox kind of stuff. Okay, activate sandbox. In the sandbox, you can practice all the commands like this. PS version tables and all. But I didn't complete now, so I have to. I open it. It means it is in my history now. Okay, so I will show you my profile. What are the topics I am learning currently? it will shows on this one. So this is I started, right? It is showing. This is yesterday open, it is pending. Day before yesterday open, this is also pending. This is completed. Once it is completed, you will get a batches. Okay, so module, course, and more. So this is the batches. You can directly share to your LinkedIn also. So your profile demand also improves. Like what are you learned recently? Also put it in your LinkedIn. So then you will become in a demand. So recruitment companies knows your skill set. Okay, and your company also. Okay, this is very easiest one of the easy and free. And already I told, I think so. Go to my channel, type, go to my channel specifically, go to playlist called free courses. Free courses. There I told a lot of free courses available where we can able to do it. Okay. Where are we? Back. PowerShell. This is the PowerShell. Get one disk. Very simple command. Get disk means it will tell you disk information. It's collecting information and will show you. So it is 3 hard disks are there. It is showing 3 disks. Disk 0. Disk 0 is a 500 GB. It is GPT partition style. First disk means disk 1, not first disk. Disk 1 is a 1 terabyte MBR type. What is this? This is MBR type of disk. See, if I convert this one into GPT, now I am running the same command. It is showing GPT. Okay, this is a way, one way to get a information. Yeah, first of all, I will make it as a MBR. So this is MBR disk now. Convert into MBR. So it is showing converted to GPT. It is MBR disk. I'm creating a new partition, guys. I'm creating a first 2 GB partition because it's a 10 GB disk. So next. So NTFS file system finish. Okay, 2 GB partition is created. So one primary partition is created. Count one primary. This time I will create another 1 GB drive. So 2 GB drive I created. This is 1 GB drive I am creating. So second one. So you cannot give chance like I want to create a primary, I want to create an extended, I want to create a logical. You can't get it that as. Once 3 primary completed. So it is 3 primaries are completed. 6 GB unallocated space is there. Unallocated 6 GB space is there. So here I'm going to create another 2 GB 2048. Okay, I'm creating. So 3 primary completed, guys. So 4th partition I'm creating. What will happen? See, here it is. So if you see, the 4th one is in the one green border. That is means this is extended partition. And you can see this is showing primary, this is going logical drive. So I'm creating one more 1 GB partition. So I'm creating another logical drive. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 3 primary, and I created another 2 more drives, but there are logical drives in the extended partition. Okay. So this is MBR. First primary, second primary, third primary completed. So this is our extended. This is logical drives are created. Guys, understand anything? Extended, primary, secondary.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and how to create a partition. Now I'm deleting this and deleting a volume. So look at here, I'm deleting. So it does not contain any data, so no problem, you can delete. But just don't do it on your physical machine. Okay, if you do mistake, it is a mistake. Okay, so what happened if I delete this K drive? This is unallocated, this is a K drive. If I delete this one, so automatically unallocated become single drive. I want to add this 7 GB, I want to add a 2 GB from 7 GB to 1 GB. What will happen? I want to add some more data from some space from this unallocated to J drive. Right click, extend volume. So in this one, 2048, 2 GB, I want to add it to my Z drive. It is already 1 GB volume. Now it is become 3 GB. So 2 GB reduced from here and it is added here. Okay. I am extending to everything. That is 8 GB straight volume. 8 GB straight volume. Now I realize, no, I want a additional 2 GB is required. So I will show you that simple thing. So I will tell one more story that's easy for you. Now this is extended is enough, right? 2 GB is there. Here 8 GB. I want to add extend volume. I'm not changing anything because I want to add entire 8 GB. That is a 10 GB single volume. For example, you got a system like already 500 GB hard disk is there. Out of 500, only one drive, C drive is created, some D drive is created. Okay. What I'm trying to do is, I want to create a additional volume because I have a lot of free disk space. I want to create a additional volume. So what, right click, shrink volume. Shrink means reducing volume size. I want to shrink, it is 4096. Okay, I have 10 GB full disk, 4 GB I want to reduce for my I drive. So I drive become 6 GB, unallocated is 4 GB. Guys, if in case it is extending volume, extend volume means you can add a unallocated space to your drive. And this is a shrink volume. Your volume size will be reduced. How much you can able to reduce, we'll reduce it and make it as a another drive. Like I want to create 2 drives, then I shrink it and I got 4 GB drive, so I can make another partition. Okay. The last one is, if you see convert into ZPT. Convert into ZPT means it is a MBR disk, but you cannot able to convert because partition is created. So I'm deleting this partition also. Then I get a 10 GB unallocated. Now you can convert it to GPT. Guys, now disk is GPT disk. How many partitions you can create it? I created 1. I'm creating 2. Small partitions. 3 completed. What will happen if I create a 4th partition? Is it going to create a extended logical partitions or not? Okay, I'm going to create thing. So extended is not created. Why? It is not showing like earlier. I created almost 5. Still extended is not created. Why? It is a GPT type. It is a GPT type. I'm removing this. I don't require. That is a virtual hard disk, so I can do it. So I didn't touch my physical hard disk. These are 2 are physical hard disks. Okay, guys, that is about your things. Okay. So I showed simple how to create a simple volume, shrink, extend, delete. Okay, and also MBR and GPT. Understand, guys? Anything? Partitioning,
Yes, sir.
MBR, GPT.